Hello everybody, this is Ryan from betgreen, betgreen.co.uk. I've been doing a lot of tennis trading which I've been giving on the blog. I've had some really good emails about that. People are really doing well and really learning from that, which is great. So what I thought I'd do is just sort of go through how I initially look at a game and decide which games to trade. This is sort of one of the main questions that I get asked a lot. Which games you trade, etc. So this is what I do. So I come to the old school tennis form, which I will put in the underneath the video. I'll put the link in there, and I have Tennis Insight uploaded. So I've already looked through these games and I've done a write-up on the blog for this one and a couple of others, so you can go and see them now. But what I'm looking for really is a lot of money matched and games which I think are going to be a little bit closer. So sometimes I look at the odds to see if they're a bit closer, or I look for players sort of that can give other players a game. So for example, I wrote about the Genie Bouchard and Trachova one, which is at 6:30, which is here. Now those odds are really high here. Bouchard's quite low, but I think she can give her a bit of a game there, so that can come up. Potentially the same as well with the Rafael Nadal game. Glizan is a very decent player, so potentially there might be some options there. The game I've chose for this one is a men's game at 2 o'clock between Herbert and Sock. So come over to Tennis Insight. It's the website I use for all of my tennis, and I just start matching the players up. So what I look for is the match rating, so they're fairly close on that. The handle, Herbert's got a much better handle. By this, looks like they've both got a good chance. I'm just looking, opening odds, but I'm not looking through it. So now I'm looking to match these player traits up against these player traits and just see if I can match any of them up. So here, the serve and volley game is going to play very well on grass. Very, very well. Both attacking players, which is going to leave some holes in their games, potentially. Now, Sock, it says here, is mentally fragile. So if you look at that, if he gets a point where he could win the set, etc., that will play a big part in how he handles that pressure. And then here, serve and volley, and he's a baseliner. So Sock likes to stay on the baseline, where Herbert's going to just chip and charge. He's going to chip that ball in, bring him out of his comfort zone, and just try and put him away. He's got big serve as well, which is going to be serve and volley game. Big serve, he's volleying. This is going to be a really good game for him on the grass. So now we look at the recent trends. So Herbert he's won his last 6 out of 7 overall, which is pretty good form. He obviously loves the grass, winning 6 out of 7. He loves Europe. Now he's lost 4 of 5 when he's the underdog. Now in this game, he is the underdog, so that might play a part on him mentally. So I'm just looking now, just see what we've got. Just sort of reading some of these comments, see what we can pick up. Apparently this is going to be a very tight game. Of an improving Herbert. I know a lot of the players anyway, which makes a big difference the more you know about them. Now we just look at their sort of stats. You want to see this breakpoint save one is a big one. How can they save breakpoints? Sock just slightly. There's not much in it though, really. There. Service hold 83, so he's going to hold his own serve. He wins a lot of his own service points as well, 66%, which is pretty good. Very good. So what I'll probably do is I'll make a note of this game now, and at, what time does it start? 2 o'clock, I'll start watching this game and look for entry points. What I'm really going to be looking for is probably getting in on Herbert's serve. If he gives a good point just before he serves, I might back him, wait it out on his serve. If he holds his serve, get out. Or if he breaks Sock at any time, because I know that he's sort of mentally fragile, I'll look to let that trade run a little bit longer. What I will be looking for in this game though is Sock coming off that baseline and Herbert serve and volleying and just put him away all the time, really frustrating him, because Sock's happy on his baseline. So if Herbert plays his serve and volley game and brings him off that baseline, he's not going to be as happy. It's also a clay quarter, it says here. Now, from this recent trends, we know that Herbert likes the grass, so this could be a really, really good game. There could be a lot of swings in this. So it'd be definitely worth a watch of this game and getting in when one player looks like they've got the momentum. Well, you could potentially get in from the start. What I would want there is, if you're going to do that, I'd want to see the first sort of 2 games, how they both approach their own serve, and watch how Herbert is lining up with his serve. Because the problem with players with big serves is they're quite erratic. If they're firing, the serve is going to do well and get them to a tie-break usually. If not, the opposing player is just going to put them away. So just see how the game starts to unfold. They've never ever played together. I think Herbert's going to have the upper hand slightly because it's grass and he's going to enjoy that, and he's got a great first serve. He wins a lot of his first serve points as well. And obviously these service statistics are higher than Sock, so I'm looking for him to hold his own serve. And yeah, that's basically it really. Watch the game, see what happens, watch the market, see how the market moves, and go from there really.